I'm so excited about today's challenge exercise because it's called Rewriting Your Money Story. And for those of you that have been with us for those of you that have been with us over the last 4 days, this exercise was interesting for me when it came to me as to what the exercises were going to be and how we go through it, because rewriting your money story is what we've been doing every day. Rewriting your story with money and about money and your money consciousness and your interaction with money is what we have been growing and changing and transforming every day. Today, however, we're going to do this exercise that is going to help you own it. So, like I said, for those of you that were on yesterday, if you do have a piece of paper and a pen handy, that's great. And it's not because I'm going to get you to literally write out your money story. It's just because we're going to perhaps have some things come up that I'd like you to pop down on paper so you can remember it or look at it as a visual aid afterwards, okay? Okay, so first of all, can everyone that's online and live, and if you're watching this as a replay later, I'd like you to do something for me. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in and expand and breathe out. And again, just take a nice deep breath in, expand, breathe out. Any pressure that you feel about this challenge, to make this challenge work, about whether this challenge has been working for you, about if money works for you, how hard money is, how easy money is, what it's going to mean today, and how significant it might be to rewrite your money story, just put that all aside. So just take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes, breathe out, and I just want you to do whatever you need to do to relax in the place that you are right now. Excellent. So rewriting your money story, what is that about and what does that mean? For those of you that have been on for the last 5 days, you've heard me talk about subconscious conditioning and your conscious mind. So I was on a client call earlier today and they said something to me. They said, you know, I've been on this challenge with you as well. And she said, I'm so happy. And she had picked up on this little tidbit that I've been throwing to you. Some of you might have picked it up over the last few days when I say this phrase, and some of you, it might not have landed in your universe yet. But she asked me to elaborate on this money as a byproduct of you phrase that I've been using. So I said to her, you know, we don't get taught to be happy. We don't get taught that being happy is okay and a desirable thing to be most of the time or all of the time. There's always something else that's a bigger priority, and working and making money and providing for your family or having the means to live off is more important than being happy often, or people think they're mutually exclusive. You think about making money, you think about work, and then you might do that and think that's the really serious things that you do in your life and the things that require you to get up and go to work from Monday to Friday, and that creates your life as having to do, doing the things that you have to do. And then you get to have Saturday and Sunday, you get to have your 2 days, or you get to have after work or the weekends, or only certain times where you're allowed to do what you really want to in your spare time, or you're allowed to have time off, or you're allowed to be happy. Now, who had fun yesterday, by the way? Who's had fun over the last 24 hours with a minimal amount of money? Who's gotten back in touch with what it's like to be the joy of them? With money or without money. So tying back into this concept that I'm talking about, it's not taught to us that it's okay for you to have your cake and eat it too in this reality. You can't love your job and be paid really well for it and make lots of money and not have to worry about anything and not be judged for it. Okay, so I'm one of those people, and I'm one of those facilitators that believes in this crazy concept that you can have it all, that you can have your dream job, and you can do that dream job 5 days a week or 7 days a week and it not feel like work, and it lights you up and it inspires you, and the money that you receive is a byproduct of you just being you and turning up to do the work that you're here to do, if you want to even use the word work. For those of you that this is like a concept that can even seem quite confronting and a little offensive, please forgive me. My intention is not to offend you. And for those of you that are looking for an example as to what on earth I might be meaning by like you being you, you turn up, you do your thing in the world and you get handsomely rewarded for it, you get paid for it. What I mean by that is, if you look at some of the people that you love to watch, and some of the examples I was talking about earlier today was someone like James Corden. If you know who he is, he does this thing called carpool karaoke. And he is this guy that normally would not be given a slot on TV. But he is this guy that loves music and is great with music and is this goofy guy. And he started doing these videos of himself doing carpool in his car. And then he managed to get these famous singers or celebrities in his car with him doing the carpool karaoke segment for his YouTube clips, because he was gaining so much traction. People loved seeing him turn up as him. And now he's at the point where he's got his own late night show. He's a well-known Hollywood celebrity. He has all these celebrities come to him, and I bet you he's paid very, very, very well to hang out with celebrities, sing in his car, and be goofy all day. And why it's such a success story is because when you watch that guy, it's so authentic. Like, he's not, you haven't seen him change between him doing the carpool karaoke when he started off doing it to what he's doing now. You can actually see how people have been attracted to the authenticity of this guy just being who he is and doing these videos, and now he's got his own segment on television and he's an international sensation. Another example I could give you is Ellen DeGeneres. Like, she's not someone who fits a lot of the criteria that it takes to be like a Hollywood well-known superstar or personality. And yet her authenticity and her being her and her showing up as the person that she is, and often the vulnerability that she's shown up with, has created so much shift and so much change. So this is how, and you might be thinking, well, how does that relate to me? I don't want to be a Hollywood star. It's the same concept. You might not know how what you do as you being you, how you showing up as who you are in the world is going to create money. But when you be this invitation. You also give others permission to be you. And have you guys heard of this concept? For example, some of you, I know what some of you do in this group, like someone's been putting posts up about selling soap, and there's facilitators in this group and bars practitioners in these groups and health practitioners, and whatever you do, whatever you sell, whatever service you provide. Imagine if the only thing that you had to do was to move your product, to sell your product, to invite your clients in, to come in and work with you and to pay you money, was show up as you. I know it sounds like it's not enough, but I promise you it is. In fact, it's so much more than enough. And the lie that we buy is that it's not enough for us to just turn up as us, because we believe subconsciously that we're not good enough. So how could that be the thing that brings us our wealth and our riches, and the end of our money problems would be us just turning up as who we be? But actually, because it's made such a wrongness to turn up as you, and because we secretly believe that who we are is not enough, when you find the courage to do just that, and it can be a little bit harder than you thought or more uncomfortable for sure. For sure, it's going to be uncomfortable for you to show up as you in all areas of your life. That is when you will be absolutely blown away, because that's when you make the most money. That's when the most clients show up. That's when people want to know who you are and what you do. Because they don't care what you sell or what service you provide. They want to be around you, and they want to be involved, and they want to receive from you the product or the service. And then the money that they pay you is a byproduct of that magic. The magic of you showing up as who you are. Money showing up as a byproduct of you. So that is what I mean by this crazy concept. Be you, change the world, show up as you. Money is just a byproduct of you. You can have it all. You can have your cake and eat it too. This is the money story we have been working on rewriting over the last 5 days. I know, and this is a difficult conversation. If I had started, if I had started day one of the challenge with what we're going to do is get you guys okay with being you and showing up in the world as who you are, and you will be paid handsomely for it, a lot of you would have not come back for day 2 of the challenge. Because like I said, there is somewhere subconsciously where that is offensive to us, because we feel like we've been trying so hard for so long. And here I am saying, it's so simple, you just need to show up as who you are. But what I believe is that it's so true, and why I believe it's so true is because I know how hard it is in society, in our families, in our lives, in our work, in our businesses, with all of the conditioning and all of the stories we have bought and believed in our life, that it's not safe and it's not okay, and if we just show up as ourselves, it's not enough. That is why it is such a hard thing to believe when I tell you that. So here we are, day 5, and I'm hoping that the work and the exercises we've done, if I now reframe it for you and say, you know, all along this challenge, on all of these days, what we've been working on doing is getting you to recognize that when you stop thinking, when you stop controlling, when you stop needing to overanalyze and examine and make sure that how you're showing up is okay and safe, and you're doing it the right way, and you're going to allow people to see you in that way, when you let all of that go and let go of your need to control and show up, the money's going to come too. So please know, first of all, the first thing about this exercise for today is please know that you have been rewriting your money story already every day of this challenge. And then secondly, today we're going to do a couple of things that's going to help you cognitively understand what that process is and then own it. So that next week, next month, next year, you've already done the groundwork. You know that you don't need to go look for something outside of you. You don't need to change or work against who you are to make money. What we do, and why I do the work I do, is I want to help you come back to the very being of you and work in the way that's most aligned and congruent with you to make the money. And then it doesn't feel like work. So this word work becomes redundant. That's why the word being comes along, and us, we say money is a byproduct of you being you. Because then everything we do is part of us being. Whether that looks like going to work 9 to 5, whether that looks like running a business, whether that looks like working with clients, whether that looks like making soap at home, whether it looks like traveling overseas and just showing up places. Money is going to come to you in the weirdest, ways? And would you be willing to receive it in the weirdest ways? Would you be willing to have debt forgiven, even though it makes no logical sense as to why it would be, or forgotten, or to have it disappear? Would you be willing to be given money by people you think don't even know you? Would you be willing to be to receive money from clients who insist on overpaying you just because they like you so much? So would you be willing to receive money in these unorthodox and unconventional ways because you are showing up so authentically as you that it is so refreshing when other people see it, they want to reward it and they want to be part of it? Okay, so I hope that lays the framework or the foundation for you to understand cognitively, because I do believe that there are points in the work that we do that if you cognitively understand why we're doing what we're doing and how we're doing it, you can own it better. And that's why I work with the practical aspects and giving you the cognitive information, as well as we are always energetically working on this stuff, okay? So if you are ready to do this exercise, I want you to, if you've got your pen and paper handy, you can grab it. Yeah, you don't need to do anything too major with it, just have it with you. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in, breathe out. Be willing to receive the inspiration that's going to come to you. I'm going to get you to close your eyes just for a minute. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself or the universe to help you write down or come up with a word that pops into your mind or gets written down on a piece of paper when you think about you being you. You being you, what comes up? It could be an adjective, it could be a noun, it could be a sentence, it could be whatever. You being you, what does that create for you? What does that bring up for you? What word comes up? And now I want you to close your eyes again, and I want you to think about money coming to you. And what comes up for you when you think about money coming to you and you put it together with you being you? What do you see? What do you visualize? What flash of inspiration occurs? Or what information do you receive? Or what? Is it light? Is it heavy? Is it possible? Is it not possible? And what comes up? Where do you see the money coming from? If you were being you, how would money like to show up in your life? Would you be willing to receive an answer that is different to what you've decided it needs to be? Maybe you thought you would receive your money via the work that you do or the clients that you see, but maybe the money wants to be gifted to you so that you can do the work that you love to do without needing to worry about money. Maybe you're going to win a competition. Maybe it wants you to show up somewhere. Where would you being you like you to show up? What would it like you to do that you currently haven't even considered doing? Do you want to be a TV personality that then gets paid to just turn up and socialize or be on TV? Or are you going, or do you want to be a socialite? Would you be you mean you get paid for people to come and hang out with you? Excuse me. Maybe that's a good one for me. Okay. What are the things that are coming up for you? What are the things that are different? Yeah, Wendy's saying crazy is the word for me, being you. Wendy is crazy in an amazing way. She has this lovely energy that for most people makes you go, oh my God, how can you do that many things at once? You are crazy, lady. How do you have so much energy? So how much money could Wendy make by being her and exponentializing the craziness that is her? Because this is the point of it. And thank you for writing that, Wendy, because it's like we get judged as, and more importantly, what we believe. This isn't even real for other people. What's true for us, what we believe, is that what we have decided is us truly being us is so crazy or weird or unacceptable or judgeable that it's unacceptable. And it wouldn't be received, and it definitely is not okay, and it absolutely will not make us money. In fact, what we need to do to make money and to make a living and to survive in this society and on this planet and in this reality is we need to confine and confirm and keep ourselves limited to the box that we have decided is okay and acceptable and a little bit crazy or a little bit of us, so that we don't absolutely, we don't die of misery because we're so far away from being who we are. But it's nowhere near stepping into the capacities that we have when we truly, truly, truly step into being us. So yeah, what are those energies, or what are those talents, or what is the words that come up when you think about if it was just you? I don't know, in your city or on an island, or you had a day to yourself, like a kid in a candy store or a kid in a department store that had no one else in there for like a day. You could do whatever you want. You could literally go crazy, knock yourself out being you. What would you do? Who are you? Who would you show up as? What would you do that it is definitely not okay to do or not okay to be right now, as you have decided it is not? Write that down. What would you do if it was just you in your life on this planet around you for a day? What would you do that you don't think it's okay for you to do? Maybe it's stay at home all day and do nothing. I mean, is it possible to make money while you sleep? Maybe you want to be a homemaker. Maybe you want to create children and bring up children that are going to make you super wealthy. Maybe you're going to birth the next child model, the next famous child actor. Maybe you're going to have a pet that's the next Instagram craze. I talk about this so much when I do my business programs. The ways in which you can make money in today's day and age are ridiculous. There are so many. See, even I'm saying it's ridiculous. How much of a judgment is that? Like, you literally, like, anything and everything can become an internet sensation or an overnight sensation. The crazier, the better. The weirder, the better. The more out of the box, the better. Why not you? Why aren't you allowed that liberty? And so when we do an exercise like this, what I'm asking to bring forth from your subconscious mind, or the deepest, darkest places of your being that you didn't think it was okay to talk about or bring to the surface, what I'm bringing out to the surface is the things that you truly wish to do and desire to do and truly believe about yourself to be true, that you don't think are acceptable by other people, acceptable in the eyes of other people, and that you definitely don't think would help you to make money. However, once you recognize that and start to give yourself permission to be and do those things, you may be very, very, very surprised, my friends, to start seeing the money come in, to start seeing more people be attracted to you, to want to come and hang out with you, to work with you, to work for you, to be involved in the projects that you're doing. to help you create what you're desiring to create, because they're so inspired by you showing up as you. Now, this is one of the, so I've just got a question here. What do you do after you acknowledge that, you know, most of how you've been living so far is a lie, because so much of what I'm saying is light for you, or is lighting you up and you're resonating with it? Well, actually, the first thing is acknowledging and becoming aware of it. What you want to do with it after that is up to you. Are you going to choose to allow yourself to live the crazy version of your life? To live the version where you're allowed? So this is what I'm talking about. This is what this rewriting your money story exercise is about. It's about recognizing what your money story has been, rewriting it, and then owning it and giving yourself the permission to do it. Because what I am saying to you is that your whole life you have gone through believing that you are not allowed to be you. However, the only person that can give you the permission to be you and say, actually, it's okay, and now I'm going to show up as me, and there's nothing anyone can do about it, and I'm allowed to, is you. So the lie that you have been buying is that that permission was lay with someone else, that it was someone else's job to give you permission to be you, and to be happy, and to have your cake and eat it too, and to live a fulfilled and empowered and happy life. No one else is going to give you that permission. No one walks around saying that that's okay. This is what I wish for you, desire for you, give you permission to be, do, or have. It is up to you to give yourself that permission, and then to make the changes in your life that reflect that. When you make an energetic shift or change in your life, or you get given information like this that feels light for you, it is then up to you to choose to do follow-up practical or physical actions that can then change your life from on the outside. Because you're doing the work to change it on the inside, so now you're going to have a new energetic vibration, you're going to believe a new energetic story. However, if you're not going to then change anything on the outside, you're kind of only halfway there, right? So that permission, however, lies with you. No one else is going to come along and change your life for you. They're not going to say, hey, now that you know you haven't been true to who you are and what you know to be true, let me help you live the life of your dreams by quitting your job for you and setting up the business you've always wanted to create, or by going and auditioning for roles for you in Hollywood, or by sitting down and writing that book that you've always wanted to write. That lies with you. Only you know what that is, and only you know what you need to do to fulfill the desire and the inspiration that you have on the inside. As I have found what it is for me, I have consistently taken steps in my life to move towards it. And that is why I have a life that's increasingly gotten better and has increasingly taken me to the places that I know are possible, and has resulted in me increasingly being able to show up and do the work that I believe in, and live a life that I love living. Because I'm just like you guys. I could still be in the first job that I had. I could still be doing something that I didn't like doing. I could still be stuck somewhere thinking I didn't have choices or options, or I couldn't make money, or I wasn't cut out for this, or life is elusive, happiness is elusive, money is elusive. No one else is going to do this for you. No one else is going to own your money story for you. And so what I encourage you to do is stop buying into anyone else's money story. Get congruent with your money story. Own your money story. And now live your life accordingly. Do what is required. Because when you take that one step, the universe will meet you. The universe will reaffirm to you that you can, and it will support you. And the opportunities will show up, the people will show up, and the money will show up too. And that is what will reaffirm to you that you don't need to keep living your life in a way where you feel consistently compromised. However, the first step lies with you, so then the universe can meet you. And I know that there is so many people on here that are taking or have taken that first step, and well done, and keep going. And I see you, and I know that you're doing it, and I congratulate you. And this is why this group's been created. We all have your back, and keep going. Okay, so that little piece of paper with those two things on it. So I'll now just tell you how to go through. So if for those of you that have time, I might run a little bit longer with today's Facebook Live, or you can watch the replay, or you can finish this up later in your own time. What I'm going to ask you to do is go through now. So again, take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, relax, expand, close your eyes. And ask for any information that you require, or any inspiration, or what you need to fill that missing gap between who you truly be and what your awareness is of who you are, and the things that you can do to show up as you that would create your life as the life that you desire, and that would have money show up as a byproduct of you. And ask for any missing information that you require to now show up to fill that gap, so that your money story can start to shift and change into a money story that you want to own, that you desire to own for your future, because it's going to show you how to move forward and have the life that you truly have been wishing for and waiting for so long. Do you need to turn up the crazy? Do you need to turn up being you? Do you need to go somewhere? Do you need to do the opposite of what you thought you did, which is instead of continuing to work hard, you need to go have a holiday? Because on your holiday, you're going to meet someone or come across an opportunity that's going to take you in the direction that you've been waiting to go with. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to get you all to do, is when you are stepping into and owning your new money story. So actually just, again, close your eyes, and I want you to picture, like we had previously, that money story now coming into you, and you can visualize whatever you need to have that money story come into you and sit into your heart or in any area of your body that you need to own it. Okay, and then I just want you to get familiar with that sensation, and now I want you to identify any sabotage patterns, thoughts, or behaviors that either right now might be rearing their heads, or that are likely to rear their heads over the next however long it is that you start really stepping into this new money story. So now, because you know you better than anyone else, so you know what you have been like with functioning with money, you know the lies that you have been telling yourself, you know your favorite ways to sabotage yourself. So your homework is going to be to not only have this new money story, and so this is what you're going to do. Out of those points that you did 3 points, you did what words or phrases or sentences or vision came up when you thought of you being authentically you. Then what is the thing that you being authentically you could do to create you as being happy and abundant and creating money by showing up as you in the world? And then you ask for any missing pieces of information to show up. So write that down either now or after this exercise in your own time into a little paragraph or a little story or something that you can look at and go, when I'm being me, this is what I look like and feel like. The activity I can do is do this or do that, write my book, sing a song, open a karaoke club, I don't know. And the missing information I required was to meet with this person or go here or do that. Then I want you to write down and identify what your most likely sabotage behaviors and patterns are. And just own that as well, because that's part of you. Yeah? And then when those sabotage behaviors rear their head over the next week or month or day or year, you're going to go, I see you. Go away. And you're going to reread your money story to yourself, your new money story, and you're going to reaffirm who you are, what you do, and that you can make money in this way as you showing up as you. And so it's just about identifying what that sabotage behavior is, acknowledging it, and allowing it to go away. The reason sabotage behaviors can continue is often we let them reoccur without calling them out and without wanting to do anything to change it. So just by bringing your awareness to that sabotage behavior and doing whatever is required to act in a way that's different to it, we'll start to shift this and start to have you being able to not only own your new money story, but also know how to deal with what to do when you start moving away from being you with money and showing up as authentically you, because you know you're familiar with that sabotage behavior, and that's when you know you need to go and read your money story again and own it and show up and do the things that you said you were going to do. Okay, so that was the exercise for day 5. As always, I hope it's been of value to you. And so here are the things I would like you to know. So tomorrow, I'm going to send out the information for a quick, I'm going to jump on here again and we're going to do a Q&A. So send in your questions that you would like me to answer regarding any day or exercise from the challenge, and I'll address them. And then we're going to do on Sunday, we're going to announce the winners of the scholarship for the Business Upgrade Program and the Trailblazers Program. And I'm going to do a Q&A specifically about the Business Upgrade Program and the Trailblazers Program. And we're going to go through that amazing program, because it truly is amazing. And, you know, if I could say to you, look, here is something that I have put all of me into, and it's going to deliver and change not only these patterns and behaviors and these stories that you have brought in the money area or the business area of your life, but for practically every area of your life that creates these blocks or holdups or sabotages you showing up as you in the world. This is it. This is the program. So that's why I'm so excited about it. So those are the 2 things that are going to happen over the weekend as we wrap up this Monetize Your Business Challenge. I know that I have loved this group and I have loved the interactions. So please know that the group isn't going away. Just because we finished the challenge, it doesn't mean that this group isn't still the safe place for you to show up in and continue to transform not only you and your money story and your financial life, but any area of your life. And so I will continue to be a part of this group and to interact in this group and to show up in this group. And I encourage you guys to do the same. And also, yeah, thank you so much for all your amazing feedback. We will keep this group running, and there's also a few other exciting things to come, so don't you worry. We'll get the replays out as soon as we can, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Take care and have a great day.